Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be on how to not care what anybody thinks. And it's gonna be a good one, so you should stay. Before I get started, if you would like to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And if you would like to give it a like, I would also appreciate it. And if you disliked it, that's a you problem. Don't bring that energy over here. If you want a workbook on how to manifest money, I have mine linked down below. How to not care what people think. So this has been something that I didn't even realize how much I cared what people thought about me. I used to have social anxiety, and ever since I went on this whole healing journey since 2020, I really worked on, in particular, my confidence and being confident enough to be my true self. And I feel like now, like more than ever, I'm really like shining my true self. I was even looking back on past videos and I'm like, damn, I look so sad. Like I don't look happy to be here. And now I'm just like constantly smiling, which was like never a thing. I was that kid that all the adults was like, smile, and I would be like, and then go right back to not smiling. What I did first was really getting to know myself and really looking at all the things in my life and being like, all of this shit does not matter. Like it does not matter and it does not define me. So for one, my job does not define me. My bank account does not define me. My body does not define me. My family status does not define me. Like all these things don't make me a better or worse person. It's all like stuff that doesn't matter, if that makes sense. So when I realized that, I was like, okay, I don't really need anything to be like, oh my gosh, I'm amazing. So that came about with, I think I put a video out that was like the affirmation that changed my life. And when I started saying that affirmation in particular, it started to help me accept where I'm at right now, like without changing anything about myself, especially since at the time I didn't have any income. I wasn't in a relationship. Like people would look at my life and be like, this is not a fulfilling life that you're living. But for me, I was like, no, but like, I'm so proud of myself being in this space and still being happy. That affirmation really did help and really did get me out of a dark space that I was in at the time, and just kind of triggered all of this even more. So from there, I decided that I was going to really get to know myself and really figure out, because like when I was thinking of who I am and like if someone was asking me who I was, what I would say, and I didn't like what I was saying. And honestly, I wasn't saying much about myself. Like it would always be like my achievements. That's what I was saying defined me. And it's like, that's not me though. You know, like those are things that I've achieved, but it's not as a person. And so from there, I'm like, okay, so all of this shit really doesn't matter. Why am I putting that forward when I'm not even talking about things like about my personality, for instance, or I don't know, life experiences that I've experienced that now made me the person that I am today. Like those are things that I should be talking about myself, you know? And so getting to know myself, this took months to do, where I basically, it sounds crazy, but I don't have a therapist and I don't have like a friend that I trust enough to really dig deep like this with. And so I was on my own. And so what I did was, because I have this history in vlogging, I've been vlogging for years, I'm like, okay, let me just pick up the camera and just talk. And so I started doing that daily. And I thought that it was going to turn into a 30-day self-concept kind of like challenge. And I was filming every day, but then it turned into, oh my gosh, wait, I actually love this because it's helping me get to know myself in an even deeper way. Because when I'm talking, I usually don't think too much about what I'm saying. Very Aries Mercury, if you know what I'm saying. If I'm by myself and I don't have to think about the other person's feelings, it's a lot easier to be honest with myself. The filming was a huge help in getting to know myself. And as I started to get to know myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of awesome. Like, who wouldn't want to be around me? You know, like I'm actually pretty fun and I'm actually a joy to be around. So all these things started coming up because I'm like, I'm getting to know myself and I'm like, wait, I like me. Like, I like me. I don't know how this came up. I think I was talking, I want to say my mom. That makes the most sense. And oh yeah, because we were in Kenya when I said this. So I said to her, I was like, Mom, it was just hilarious because I had blue hair in the last video, literally. But I looked at my mom because we were talking about caring about what people think, because if you are in the African culture, well, I'm assuming all Africans are like this, but for me in particular, there's a lot of judgment when it comes to the older generation of Africans. And when I went to Kenya, I was like, I don't care what any of these people think about me. I'm never gonna see you again. And if I see you again, so what? Like, I'm being my authentic self. Clearly, going back to the motherland was such a great experience for me. Like, I really needed to go. I was talking to my mom, and I told her, I was like, Mom, if I came up to you and I was like, I hate your blue hair. Your blue hair is so ugly. It really disgusts me. It's so ugly. I could go on and on about how much I hate your hair. And then she's like, but I don't have blue hair. And I'm like, exactly. You don't have blue hair. So when people are coming to you and being like, oh, she's inconsiderate, she's mean, she's a bad person. Like, if people are saying that to you, but you know that you aren't those things, then what they're saying won't affect you. Just like how when someone is telling you that you have blue hair, like talking crap about the fact that you have blue hair when your hair is clearly brown, it's the same exact thing. That's why I realized that I really had to the getting to know myself was so important in this whole thing, because once I got to know myself, I'm like, y'all can't tell me anything, because unless you know the authentic me and like have been around me for a long period of time, then why would I believe you? Like, you don't know my thoughts. You don't know what's going up in this brain. The only person that actually knows me deep down is myself. None of you people know me. So if you have that mentality, it's like, okay, that's your opinion, but it's not true. So why would it affect me? I was like, bet. That makes so much sense. I'm just gonna keep loving on myself, and I'm going to continue to not care what people think. And slowly but surely, like, all of this stuff is all connected with me working on that self-concept, because when I started working on my body, in that video, I talked about how I started dancing, and that was really the thing that really got me, like, you know, losing the weight. And that's something that I did as a kid. Like, I was always the kid that was dancing or singing, like truly perform. Like, I was a performer. But anyway, so like, it makes sense that ever since I started working on my self-concept and really loving myself, that I would revert back to how I was as a kid, which was my true authentic self. Me as a kid wasn't tainted by the world, you know? And so like, thinking about everything together, and this has been like a year's journey, makes me so happy and like proud. And I'm just like, wow, I really did that. Like, I really healed myself to the point where my inner child is literally like shining through me. I don't care if you put me down, and I also don't care if you lift me up, because at the end of the day, I already know. You're not gonna change my opinion on myself. I should really end this video, because that's literally all you have to do, is really get to know yourself, fall in love with yourself unconditionally, and then realize that like, you don't know me, so your opinion doesn't matter. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, if you would like to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And if you made it to the end of the video, what are we commenting? I think I've said this before, but let's do what the last thing that you manifested was, because I would love to hear it. But anyways, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in a later one. Bye.